guys, Jonah here, back with another beer review, and I'm doing another one from the birthday beer box that I got from using up a lot of my points from the Beer 52 points scheme, if that's kind of what it is. Basically, half price beers. Usually, in my opinion, their beers are quite expensive, but half price beers always sounds good. And I got a reasonable deal for beers always under £2. All of these beers are under £2. And this one was part of the single hop series. And I really like single hop beers because it makes you, it makes you think about the hops in your beer and what they should taste like. Because usually, oh, is it gonna? There we go. Usually it's a combination of hops, but this is a single hops, and it's Buxton Brewery. It's called the Next Big Zing, and it's in partnership with Charles Farram, who do, I think, do they do hops or do they do malts? I can't remember. They do one. I'm sure it's going to be hops, isn't it? And this is single hop hazy pale ale. And the hop in this case is called, oh God, I'm going to have to read that on a tilt. Is called Olecana. Jesus, that's going to be a bit difficult. So please bear with me. It says showcasing the pioneering star in the world of modern British hops, Olecana, cultivated in England but boasting tropical flavors, mango, grapefruit, passion fruit, usually only found in American or Antipodean counterparts. This hop proves that British hops are really the next big zing in domestic brewing, and it's 4.2 on the percent on the ABV. What else have we got in here? Oops. Says how environmental friendly they are and all that kind of stuff. Buxton Brewery. And let's see what we got. We got oats in there. We got some wheat in there. And pale malt, which is good. All the normal kind of zings. I've had it in the fridge. Wow, it's sweating, that beer can. Probably because it's reasonably hot still in the UK. Now, the other thing, before I crack this bad boy open, is Buxton went into administration, and they were bailed out in the last possible second by something called Happy Valley. Hang on, I looked them up on Companies House because I don't believe anything that I'm told. Happy Place Investors. It says they are a dormant company based in Stockport. So yeah, just weird. So Buxton has been bought by a Mank brewery or a Mank investor company, which is dormant. So that implies there is something weird going on behind the scenes at Buxton Brewery, and we don't know who's bought them. I would be very surprised if any Saudi prince or whatever has bought them, because obviously they won't drink alcohol, or not officially. They might do in their palaces and all that kind of jazz. So I wonder if it's another brewery has secretly gobbled them up. Weird, but we shall see. These things will become apparent, but at the moment, Buxton is just running, turning over, but owned by this kind of mystery, defunct, according to Companies House, investor company, which looks to me like a shell company. But hey, we shall see. Enough about politics and nonsense, because I'm really fed up with people telling me bullshit. And I've had it a lot lately. People lying to my face, and I know they're lying as well. And it's like, oh yeah. And I never say to their faces, "You're blatantly lying to me." But in my head, I'm like, I know what's going on. You don't know that I know, but I know. Anyhow, enough of that nonsense. Let's do what I do best and drink some damn beer, right? Okay, so this is the Next Big Zing. Yeah, wow. Charles Farram. Interesting. That's one thing I didn't. I had a moment and thought, Charles Farram, they're hops, right? I'm sure they are. It's either hops or malts, but I'm pretty sure in this case, because they're lauding up that it's a single. Sorry, I had a bit of a dribble on my hand, and it had been in the fridge for a long time. Never good, never good. Right. Let's get this bad boy into a glass. This looks like it's going to be quite lively, so I'll go for a bit of a gentle pour to see what we got. Yeah, look, we're getting some head formation already. Lucky I chose the big glass in this instance. Yeah, I was out last night because it's my birthday week. I was out last night on a recommendation, and yeah, the place where I actually went to start with only had one beer on, and I was like, really? That's not good. So that was a really gentle pour. We've got well over a finger's head, not quite, not a finger and a half, but yeah, well over one finger. Look at that, really light coloured and very, very occluded hazy. But I don't know if the camera will focus on the head. If it does, oh, it's not going to, is it? Come on, focus, you mofo. I was going to say, I can see, it's not going to focus, sorry dear viewer, that there is a really heavy amount of carbonation. You might be able to see it just where the head is forming. So this is going to be interesting drinking. But it is an older beer, a few months old. Obviously it's new to me, but it's been sitting in the Beer 52 warehouse for a while. There we go, the next big zing. Yeah, they're always trying in the brewing industry to come up with, well, number one, they're trying to come up with the next new thing, but in this case, they're trying to copy the Americans and the Australians. Why not just come up with your own hop and do the next big thing, as in you created a big thing, you didn't copy or try to copy someone else's thing through using breeding programs and all that kind of stuff. And I was in the Wye Valley yesterday, in fact, and I learned that the Wye Valley College, Wye College, where they used to have, that was where the hop development program used to be in the UK. They're turning it into houses. Um, like, we need more houses around here. My God, it's just getting absolutely ridiculous. Obviously, people need somewhere to live, but just, it's sad. It's really sad. If they invited me to go there with a shovel and dig up some hops, I would be a happy man, but I don't think that's going to happen. And they're all just going to get burnt, aren't they? And like, decades worth of, well, they are moving them. I do know that they're moving the hop program is going somewhere else. But what happens to the established hops? It's going to destroy them all and build houses on them. Ah, dear viewer, dear viewer. Right, let's get into this beer. I'm talking too much. Really light. Definitely getting the tropical fruit. Getting a light sweetness. Yeah, I'm getting some high notes, almost similar to the Nelson Sauvignon that we had yesterday. But yeah, very interesting. Look at that. The head has gone really lovely and fluffy white. I don't know what's going on with the focusing at the moment. It's not. I know it's focusing on me, which is good, but focus on the beer, damn you. It's not going to do it. Anyway, dear viewer, let's see what we get. Cheers and beers, and yeah, another birthday beer. Oh, yes, that. Well, like I said the other day, that carbonation burn that you get from some beers, And this can be a problem. Not so much of a problem for me because I like my cask beers, but for those of you that like your draft beers, carbonation and getting the dialed in the carbonation just of pouring the taps, let alone in the kegs, can cause some real problems. And this is definitely causing a problem with the flavour. Um, but that aside, really nice fresh beer. Single hop beers tend to be really fresh. Ooh, wow, pardon me, dear viewer. Like I said, carbon dioxide is a problem. Um, but yeah, really light, really zesty. This one's more kind of on the lemony side of citrus. So sort of lemon, lime, citrus, grapefruit, dare I say. What else did they say? Pineapple, was it? Passion fruit. Mm, I'm getting kind of that more, um, yeah, that more zesty kind of thing going on. We will see. I'm looking for more sort of stone fruity kind of things next, I guess. But that's really nice. There's some sweetness there too, but it's got a nice bitter hit. I'm hoping that's not just from the carbon dioxide, but yeah, alas, I fear that it might be. Let's see what we get. Oh, getting greenery now. Um, yeah, definitely kind of green hop now. And we're still getting that zest. So it's like green zest. It's got some wheat and oats in there. So it's kind of the actual malt bill's helping kind of smooth things out a little bit. Oh, there we go. Maybe very, very late in the finish. Yeah, there is that mango thing going on there, but it's really late. It's not like one of those mango milkshake things. There's definitely in the new style kind of Nipas and stuff. This is just a pale ale, I think they're describing it. Yeah, hazy pale. Um, and obviously they don't want it too strong because they don't want it taking away from the hop because it's a single hop beer. You really want the hop to stand out. Really weird though, the flavours are kind of acting as though there was a mixture of hops there. And this is just a single hop, so quite interesting. Oh my god, that carbonation is going to get me all the way through. So once again, dear viewer, I apologise for my wretched uh, burping, shall we say. Some people like that. There's one guy, and if you're watching this video, shaman to you, man, who basically loves it when I burp, uh, which is cool because it does happen. I drink beer, that's gonna happen. Um, but yeah, he's really into it. He's like, yeah, come on, let that one rip. So that one's to you, brother. Tell you what, I am impressed though. See the head? We've still got a good finger's head. Oh, that's a bit tilted, but there's a good finger's head, and we're halfway down the glass. That's impressive. Those are the kind of things that are the preserves of stouts and things like that. So I'd imagine there's quite a good amount of oat in there that forms this bill, helps with head retention, and obviously because of the carbonation as well, that's going to help form more head. But that is a really nice cap. I wonder if that's going to go all the way. Like a Guinness, sometimes you end up with just a bit of head with a meniscus of tiny of Guinness at the bottom. You can never really drink that last bit. Incredibly difficult when you're drinking Guinness. You might as well just get a new one. Um, oh yeah, and while we're talking about Guinness, have you seen the new thing with the Guinness glasses? I saw this the other day. I quite like trying to split the G, and sometimes I succeed, sometimes I don't, or split the harp. Some people do, and you've got the Guinness logo sort of about 2/3, or maybe even 3/4 of the way up the glass. They've moved it to nearer the bottom of the glass, So that way, if you want to split the G, then you have to drink like 3/4 of a glass of Guinness to even stand a chance. Those days, my dear viewer, are long gone. Although you never know, I might try it, but you got to have the glass. It's a marketing tool, and Guinness are good at that. And they better be, because Diageo, who own Guinness, um, have posted record losses, and it's like, wow, they're really getting screwed over. But I think that's because they've raised their prices. There was also a thing with McDonald's, who are obviously massive, and McDonald's used to be, they used to have a thing where they never closed the store. It was their proud moment, and then they started closing. And now McDonald's have put their prices up, prices up, prices up. Um, so McDonald's is quite expensive now to buy a meal there, and they don't do so many deals. So nobody's going there, or not as many people are going there. Their demographic aren't going there. Nuts. Anyway, enough about other things. Like I said at the beginning of this, dear viewer, I am fed up with the bullshit, and I'm going to tell you, and then it's up to you to decide. I don't like bullshit. Cheers and beers. Yeah. So look at that. This is what I was talking about. See, there's a tiny bit of beer left, but the rest of it's head. It's really difficult to drink that little bit out of the bottom. It's very difficult. But that is a really good hop. You heard it here first. Uh, or maybe if you had the Beer 52 box, maybe you've already drunk this one. But Olicana, really good hop, a hop to look out for. I'm definitely getting tastes of greenery like Citra. I'm getting zestiness um, from things like Simcoe, to some degree. What's that other zesty one? Can't remember exactly. Aromas of Nelson Sauvin, some high notes there, but also really late in the finish, getting some sort of mango-y kind of stuff. So this is a multi-use hop. Be interesting to see if you mixed it with something else, maybe like a mosaic, oh, pardon me, or something along those lines, to bring out some more of those tropical notes a little bit. I think that'll work really, really well. Anyway, that has been slightly longer than normal, but it's a slightly bigger beer. This is the Buxton, the next big Zing, and it's down there, single hop hazy pale, 4.2% on the ABV. This was a really, really good beer. If you can get hold of that, definitely try it. If you can get hold of that particular beer in cask, my God, you are lucky. And good luck to Buxton, although I've got a feeling things are about to change over that way. This has been your loving Unclejona, talking bollocks, talking nonsense, but never bullshit. So you guys don't have to. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I'll return with another beer review real soon.